Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name's Dean and this is Locksmith Services. Now in this video you join me in my bedroom as I plan to do something different today. What I'm going to do is go through TikTok shop and see if there's any locksmith related tools, drill bits, anything relating to the trade that we could possibly use. I'm going to order them and then when they arrive I'm going to test them in the van and see if any of these things are actually good compared to either the tools that I've currently got or if there's something that I'd actually use on a day-to-day basis for work. So let's have a quick scroll through TikTok, see what things they have for sale, and yeah, we'll get a few things ordered, and when they arrive, let's test them out. I'll catch you on the app. Okay, so now on the app, for some reason it says vibrating toy at the top, so I don't know what that is. But I can already see some airbags there. So let's look in today's deals and see what things we have on offer. So we got horn airbags by the look of it, come in 3 different sizes for this type of part, and it ranges from £2.41 to £7.58, and I get 10% off orders. So different sizes there, so that could be something worth looking at. We've got self-tapping hinge drill bit with hexagonal wrench. So it shows them to be here on hinges and says that they're adjustable. What else we got? Countersink drill bit set. So yeah, that could be pretty useful. I don't know if it's something I'd really use, but you know, for £2.89, I guess you can't really complain. Oh hello, look, crowbars. We've got 3 different types of crowbars here. I wonder if they're actually any good quality. 20 quid though. We'll see. Some other air pumps here. These ones are slightly different. Oh, they're shown on a car tyre. Okay. Very odd, very odd. What else have we got down here? There's a lot of golf related stuff. Packers. Okay, that's not too bad. Assortment of packers in different sizes. You select your colour, I guess. 35 quid though for, I don't know how many there are. Compton mechanical pencil and lead core. So I think this is kind of a knockoff of those branded ones, but I don't think I'd ever use that anyway, so that's not really for me. But yeah, let's get some bits ordered and I'll come back to you in a couple of days. Right, so it's about a week or two later and you join me in my van. It's a Sunday, so what better time to waste my time filming with some probably crap tools, but we'll soon get to the bottom of that. So yeah, we're in the van, I've got everything behind me, so I'm going to flip the camera around and just show you everything that I bought from TikTok shop. And just to make you aware, everything here was under £25, including the postage. I think I got a bit of a discount, and sometimes when I opened up something specific, there was something that's pretty much identical for maybe 30-40p cheaper, so I just kept buying the cheapest ones I found on there. So let's flip the camera around and show you everything I bought that are apparently locksmith tools or things that are going to help me as a tradesperson. So let's have a look. So I've got a wide variety of things here that I've picked up. I've opened a lot of it just to check it out and make sure it's usable. But let's work our way through some of these things. If I can find it on TikTok shop still, I'll put a photo up of what the item is. If it's not there, I can't find it. So first of all, we got these little drill bits that I think are adjustable. So yeah, there's a bit of a slight movement there, and I can adjust it with the Allen key to make that bit stick in and out depending accordingly. There's different sizes in this packet, and it does come with an Allen key for it. So we'll get some wood out and we'll give that a go. Airbags. So I think in the little clip before I ordered something, I found some airbags in there. It does seem to, you know, pump up. I think the photo was out showing it for a car wheel. But yeah, I say airbag because I've got a few of these, so I only just bought this one just to test it. And what I'm going to do is just pump it up there, and then we'll just leave it to one side and see if it's pumped up by the end of the video still, or if it's deflated. But I mean, an airbag's an airbag. Don't really use them as much these days because there's different techniques out there, especially with the Sauber toolkit for doors. But yeah, we'll leave that to the side and we'll come back to that and see if it does work. So this next one is something that I was actually quite excited to try. It does look a bit dodgy, but don't get me wrong, if it works, this would be an absolute lifesaver. So this part here goes into the end of your drill like normal as a drill bit, and then we can just put what part we need to at the end here. I don't know if anything's going to fit because that looks quite big and it doesn't tighten, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use this. But say you've got a patio door, it's an era mechanism with top and bottom chute bolt, and you need to get that bottom chute bolt out. Instead of getting under that door when you've got, you know, the door's here and your floor's right below it with no gap, connect this to your drill, put that in there, it'll unscrew, and you can just stay, squatting, I guess. So that, if that works, I'm actually really excited to try this. If it works, it'll be great. So yeah, looking forward to that one. So this one I think was a set actually for like £5-6. Now I've used these before. I've got some. I have broken a mirror before on these. So this goes in my letterbox toolkit, so you can flip the camera around and see there I am. And then it also has, I think, a little light on it. So these are useful if you just want to look for the letterbox, see what the key position is, things like that. You can hook it through, have a look. There's the brand, Rolson, I think that says. And then as well as that, we got another one here, Rolson. It's magnetic, and you can see I've picked up a lot of crap on this one already because I have actually used this. So yeah, this extends, and then you can go around picking up, if you find a set of keys on the floor through the letterbox, you can pick that key up, pass it out, open the door. So yeah, these two, I think most people have probably got these, and you can get them on Amazon, but they're definitely worth getting. So I think this is definitely one of the first things where I don't need to test this. These are worth every penny. I'd say they are less than a £5 for that one. Next up, we have some drill bits. So these are kind of tipped at the end as a proper drill bit instead of just being a circular one, so they'll probably grip nicer and won't slip out your drill. In terms of how good these are, we're going to find out. I've got a couple euros and I'm going to clamp them in the vise and we'll give them a good drill. So we've got a big pack here of a few different sizes. It just says on the made in China 13-piece set, and it does actually have the sizes on there. So this is a 6.5 drill bit, that's a 6. See a couple of 3s in there. So yeah, we'll give these a good go and see if they work on wood very well or metal. So yeah, looking forward to testing them. Right, I've had one of these before, and I have to say I love these, and I just lost them. So I don't think these are going to be too much different. So if, say, you've done a 5 lever in a keyhole and you should just shave off a bit of the side because the key's catching ever so slightly, drill bits like this are going to be absolutely perfect to put in and just thread it around the side. And now I realise I sound like these people on TikTok selling you all this shite. I'm not promoting any of this. You'll see there's no links in the bio. I don't want anyone to waste their money, but if you want to, you know where to find it on TikTok. Anyway, these I think will be useful because I've used them before just to file out a bit of that wood. So yeah, better than using a die grinder or anything, just in case you need to make that hole a little bit bigger. So nice selection there in a little box. So that's definitely worth keeping in my eyes. So we'll test them. So this, I think a lot of you would have seen. What you tend to do is stick this on the wall like so, and then when you drill into the wall, you put your drill bit through there, and it's supposed to collect all your dust, meaning that when you finish, you don't need to worry about tidying up. So I think we can just twist it or something and it comes out. There we go. This one is cracked slightly there. I don't think it's actually gone through. And then I think this is supposed to just kind of clean your drill bit as you go in and out, so it doesn't stick to so I guess it doesn't collect all that wood sticking to your drill bit or whatever you're doing. It doesn't really seem to stay in there very well either, but there you go. So that, I think we'll give that a go again on a piece of wood, just see if it does collect the dust, and if that's worth it. It might be useful to some people. I think this would be one of those things that I'll probably put in the bin afterwards because I don't really drill into people's walls where I need to collect this stuff. Finally, I've got a nice little solid box here. I say it's solid. If I drop this on the floor, it'd probably crack. But this has, let's have a look, a nice selection. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? A nice selection of drill bits. It actually says the sizes there. There we go. Of all the different sizes we've got. Here is 4mm. And then it all goes all the way to 10. And we've got a 1.5 there. So this is a 1.5. So yeah, plenty of drill bits there. Again, this is something I'm going to try and drill out a euro. So I think what better to start with this. Let's get a euro clamp to get one of these out. Maybe we'll go for like a 5 or a 6, and we'll see if we can drill a euro out pretty quickly. Let's get the drill. Okay, so first of all, I've got a Yale cylinder here, and we're going to drill each side with a different type of drill bit that I've bought. So let's just firstly clamp it. I'm not going to drill it out correctly. I'm just going to drill a hole in it and see what it does. So I've got my big drill out here, and I've got the drill bit from that box. So let's just make a little hole. and see how quickly this drills out. If it does at all, it might just be completely crap, so let's give it a go. I have to say, they don't look very sharp at the end. It's not going to be easy to Okay, so after drilling, that sequence you saw there, it's hardly done anything to that cylinder really. I think these drill bits are definitely not metal related, so let's try them in a piece of wood and see if they're any useful with that really. Okay, so next up are these drill bits. I think they're going to be exactly the same. So I flipped the cylinder around there so you can see it's nice and flush, no damage at all. Let's put one of these drill bits in quickly. And let's give that a quick go and see if these do anything, although to be fair, they look exactly the same. Yeah, these are not going to do anything. Let me get the cylinder out and I'll just show you. It takes a split second to tell if that's going to do much, but that's what it's done. That's what it's achieved after that short amount of drilling, which I know wasn't that long, that short, but let me get one of my normal drill bits out and we'll just see the difference between them carrying on this hole here. Right, so this is one of my normal drill bits that I'll use. Nice fresh one out the bag, so we're not kind of competing. Let's just drill this and see if these make a difference. Right, straight away you can see that it's just ripped through the start of that cylinder. So in terms of quality, let me take this out. You do pay for what you get when it comes to drill bits. You can just see the first pin there, the actual spring for it. So yeah, I would say these TikTok drill bits are going straight in the scrap metal once this video is done. So should you buy drill bits from TikTok shop? Not at all. And just so you can see, there's the drill bit that I did from the TCTs that I get from Duffels. And this is your TikTok drill bit for the same amount of drilling. Right, so I've got the wood there. I've got the same drill bit that we just tried to use for the cylinder. Let's screw that in. So the head looks quite blunt. Let's just give it a hole through and see if it works anywhere on wood. Okay, that's gone through the other side. I mean, yeah, it does work on wood. Am I going to use them? No. So that is, it's not really hot, so I can't complain. Yeah, that's the one out of the box. I just don't think we're going to use them. So the other drill bit that we got here, this is a 6.5mm drill bit. I'm going to put this in there and we're going to go again, another hole, and see if these are any better, because again, this was terrible when drilling out a Euro cylinder. Okay, that's what I've done. These drill bits are not made for wood, they're not made for metal. And before anyone gets in the comments saying, you know, you've bought these drill bits and you're using them on the wrong material, it's for a video. Obviously, I'm trying them in different materials to see if they're actually any good. But for a Euro cylinder, no. For drilling out wood, no. So again, this is going straight in the scrap metal. While we're drilling out wood, that perfectly leads on to this box here of full of drill bits. What we're going to do is get one of these and we're going to stick it through and just file a bit of that metal around with the edges here, just to see if they actually do make that hole a bit bigger. So if you do need to make the hole bigger for a 5-lever or 3-lever keyhole, your cut keys can sometimes be a different size. If this fits in just perfectly, takes away some of that wood, that'll be perfect. So let's give one of these a go. So this size fits in pretty well. It's a bit tight, but what I want to do is just file that wood out completely. So again, let's clip it into the drill. Bits all in the drill now. It just about fits in perfectly with no worries. So let's just drill straight through there and see if we can file that hole a bit bigger. And straight away, as you can see, we've got plenty of room in there. That drill bit has gone around quite a bit and that hole is a lot bigger. So I have to say, yeah, these tools are perfect. I definitely want to use these more because I'm quite sad I lost my old ones. So would I buy these? Yes. Am I going to keep them? Yes. I will definitely be using these on doors. Okay, last but not least, we have got this drill bit here. So what I'm going to do is adjust it slightly, which allows us to move in and out where we want the position of this drill bit to be. You can see it coming out the bottom there. So let's unwind that, we'll pull it out and let's give it a tighten so it stays in that position and it's as tight as we can go. Like I said, there's plenty of sizes in this bag, but I've just picked this one up. Let's load it into the drill. So, and let's give it a drill. Okay, so it has drilled that hole perfectly. Can't complain there, it's gone the whole way through. Exactly stopped where it needed to. I can't see anything wrong with that. I tightened up that screw all the way, as you could have seen. So yeah, this tool must be absolutely perfect. Okay, well, that definitely worked well, didn't it? Okay, so I'll tighten this up and I think we're going to go again just to not be biased on how that attempt went, because that could have been me. I don't see how it would have been, but let's go again. Yeah, I mean, it worked that time. It stopped, at the depth you need it to, which is great. However, would I use these? Honestly, I don't see the point. I don't need that sort of thing in the trade, but these were a couple quid, so it's worth trying. Yeah, I can't complain. Now, I know I'm using technically the wrong drill bit. This would be for like a wall or something, so you probably would be using a different style of drill, but let's just give it a go and see what happens if it actually catches any dust here. So I'm going to push it against the wood and then drill through it. Right, so I'm going to push this against the wood and I'm going to drill straight through and see if it collects any dust at all. Okay, so there's definitely some dust in there. Let's see if this has actually been worth it at all. I know technically that angle is wrong, so what I'm going to do is keep it pushed there, put that upright, and then let's just take that away. Right, let's have a look. I mean, it has collected some wood dust. Is it worth it? Well, you've got a hoover. Just hoover it. That's all I say. So up next is a weird contraption we're going to try, which is this. So we're going to put it into the drill, and first of all, let's just make sure I've got a drill bit that'll actually fit in here, because this is definitely quite a wide gap. So let me find something, and then I'll come back to you. We'll put this in. Doesn't really stay in. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a size related thing, it's more, it's not that great, but I mean, it's not falling out, so that's a good thing about it. Let's put this into the drill. Tighten it up. Right, let's turn this down slightly, and let's just angle this so I can drill it. I'm going to hold it and we'll see what happens. Ready? It makes a horrible noise, as you can probably hear. and it does spin, so let's put it in reverse. So we're taking a screw out from the door. Let's see what happens. Okay, it does work. What I'm going to do is tilt the camera up and see if we can take some screws out from the van. Right, so we've got some wood here on the van. This is my panelling, and as you can see, I've got some brackets on here, but I've got some screws to hold my ply in. So let's see if I put this on there, do they unscrew? I mean, technically, yeah, it does work. Does it sound nice? Does it feel nice? Not at all. I feel like I don't have that much control over it either. And it's definitely not easy, but this thing does work. Let's try a silly angle. You know, I'm in the door, I'm upside down. Let's go a bit cack-handed like that. Let's see if we can get this screw out. I think the answer is the drill's got a mind of its own. No. And it's come loose. And I think it's just a bit out of its depth here. So, would you buy this? No. Save your money, it's pointless. And to finish off this segment, let's just see, airbag is still fully pumped. And does it deflate with the button? Yeah. So I think there's two things here that I've tested they're actually worth it if you ignore the letterbox mirror and the magnet. So let's head back to the room and I'll give you a final rundown. So I'm back in my bedroom now after testing all those tools from TikTok Shop. And I think the main thing that comes to mind is most of it is just tat. People that are selling you this stuff online don't even own drill bits or those parts anyway. Although they might say they're great, they don't actually own a drill to be able to test them in the first place. They're just worried about making 32p commission on every product sold to try and make some extra cash. So, what does that mean for people like me and you? I think if you're a good quality tradesman anyway, you're going to be proud of what you do and your workmanship. So you're going to make sure you have good quality tools. And not only that, having good quality drill bits and things like that are going to just make your life so much easier in the long run. You saw the difference between those drill bits, although I must say, maybe you've used incorrectly the wrong drill settings, things like that. But most of the time, even if you are on the wrong drill setting or there's the wrong drill bit, because they're relatively decent quality, you can normally get the job done. And I mean, I know this is just a bit of a jokey video, but those tools that I've just tested aren't actually very good. There's only a few that I'm actually going to keep. The rest are going to go scrap metal. So the main one for me is going to be the drill bit that just burrs out some of that wood on the edge. I absolutely love them. I've used them before, and those ones seem to be relatively decent quality for the price, so they're actually going to stay. I've got my magnet, which I've already used, and it's going to make life easier. My letterboxed mirror, again, most people have them, and again, getting them a pair on TikTok Shop wasn't a bad price at all. I'm quite happy to get them and even get some spares, so they're definitely worth it for me. But for the drill bits, the wall mounted dust collector and things like that, I think they're just a waste of money. So for the 25 quid that I spent here, although you could argue that £20 worth has been wasted, it's just for a bit of fun on this video. So if you do want to get some good quality tools and drill bits, don't use TikTok Shop. But what about Temu? I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.